Apparently, Brandon fell down and hit his head.
Did he have to have stitches? Is that why he was brought here?
He lapsed into a coma.
A coma?
What?
Oh, my. Well, is he going to be all right? Will he come out of it soon?
Well, the doctors don't know. All they can do is wait for him to wake up and try to see if he has any damage.
What damage are you talking about? You talking about brain damage?
You know, I've said too much already. You really ought to talk with his doctor.
I should have talked to his doctor the minute he was brought in here. Why wasn't I contacted?
Brandon was brought in by his mother. Hospital policy leaves it up to her to call any other relatives.
Gina.
Throwing a party?
Yeah, a small one. This just came in on our friend, Mr. Rawson.
Oh, good. He's assaulting women in Boston. Maybe if we add this to the rest of the evidence we have, you think it'll be enough for you then?
What do you want me to do? You want me to hand you a paddle and you can send the guy up the river, even though I know in my heart this is not the man we're looking for?
Come on, we know that goes beyond being a bizarre coincidence. I mean, the man has a background, a documented background in video. He's got a history of assaulting women. He's wearing the same damn shoes that were linked to both, at least 2 scenes of crime. We have a positive identification from Zach Kelton. I mean, I could stretch my imagination so far, but not to the point of believing that this all just happened by chance.
You were listening, were you not, when I asked him about children? He didn't give a glimmer of a reaction one way or the other. He kissed it off, which is diametrically opposed to the profile of the man who raped Eden.
This man is sick enough to use this whole paternity thing as a way of terrorizing both of you. Now, he held me captive for 2 days. He didn't rape me. That diametrically opposes the profile of the man who raped Eden, and it was indeed the same man.
The same man, quite probably. This man, no way.
When is Boswell coming back from his vacation?
You don't have the authority to take me off this case, so if you're hurting my feelings, you're doing so with no good purpose.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, Cruz, really. It's just I'm trying to do my job here. And I'm trying to be objective, and it seems that you're so obsessed with this case that you can't do your job.
My job depends to a great degree on knowing when something isn't right, on the instinct to sense that. And this isn't right.
So in spite of this whole mountain of evidence we have against this man that any court of law would convict him with, I'm supposed to just go by your instinct?
Do you have any idea what shape this city would be in if it weren't for Cruz's instincts?
Not what I had in mind when I came to talk to you. Are you gonna behave yourself, Jack?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now that we've got that little episode out of the way, let's start again.
Haven't you seen enough? You know who I am now.
And who is that, Jack?
I would have killed you. I would have killed you without thinking twice. So why don't you call the guards here and...
Why should I? If you're so serious about killing me, you've got a better chance when we're all alone.
You got what you came for. Now you can add attempted murder to the list of charges against me.
I didn't come here to trap you into something.
Then what do you want from me?
The truth.
You want to lie, don't you, Father? The truth is I could have killed that woman. I could have done all those things.
You know very well how much I respect Cruz's instincts, but I can't turn my back on my own when I'm facing the kind of evidence here that I have.
Is it as incriminating as the evidence against Cruz when Keith charged him with murder?
Eden, come on, it's beneath you, and it's a cheap shot. You know very well that Keith twisted that evidence to fit his own agenda.
Now, wait a second. I'm not saying that you're twisting the evidence. I'm just saying that maybe you have too personal a stake in seeing this man convicted.
You're right, I do. So do you, so does he.
Yeah, but Cruz is being especially careful not to see anything in the evidence that doesn't exist there already.
Come on, Eden. Any DA in this state, in this country, would file charges based on the evidence that we have here.
Yeah, and any good DA in this state would also stand by her detective in charge of the investigation, trust his instincts, Julia, and do many, many other things that aren't existing right now. You're not...
Don't tell me how to do my job. I have tried to accommodate him, his instincts, on every chance that I can, except the phone rings every hour with more evidence against Jack Rawson. So there's really nothing that I can do about it. You, of all people, I would think, would realize the response of what?
Wait a second, please. Let's stop this. Now, I have made it clear how I feel about this, have I not?
Yes.
I have obviously failed to make it clear how much I respect your problem here. I know I'm asking you to do something that's not easy to do. I've always considered you a fair and responsible professional. I think that the people of Santa Barbara are lucky that you are the DA. And I respect your right to form an independent judgment about this. All I'm asking you for is some time. If I'm wrong about this guy, I'll be the first person at your door to apologize, to congratulate you, and to volunteer to do what I can to put this guy away. Excuse me, I'm gonna go check the computer now and see if I can find some more evidence against him, okay? It's almost Christmas.
Gina?
Sonny, what are you doing here?
Why didn't you call me?
I didn't call anyone.
When I heard about the kid, I just wanted to come by and let you know that I'm here for you. I know what you must be feeling.
You know what I'm feeling? My son is in there fighting for his life. He's the only thing that really means anything to me in this whole world. You have no idea how I feel.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure you're all right, and the kid.
He's got a name.
I know that. I just want... Hell, Gene, I'm not much good at putting words together. I just know that you're hurting, and that kind of makes me hurt, too.
Friends acting funny.
I know you're only trying to do your job.
Yeah, I am. But you are right about something. You're right about the fact that I have a personal interest in seeing that this man gets put away. You know, ever since this happened to me, I've tried to forget about it, and I've tried to go about and have a normal life, but I can't. Because I'm frightened all the time. You know, when I sleep, when I wake up, I'm afraid he's going to be standing over me and he's going to take my daughter.
I know.
I just want to put that fear behind me, and I feel like if I believe that I'm catching the right man, then I can stop being afraid.
Julia, I understand that. I'm just saying that the worst possible thing we could do is to let our guard down and this end up being the wrong man. Because if the rapist is out there, believe me, he'll be back.
I know that you and Cruz want this to end more than anybody.
Yeah, we do.
I'll defer to Cruz's judgment. Not because he's my friend, but because he's the best detective that I know. And I won't ask for an indictment until he's ready.
Thanks.
I'm sorry about our disagreement.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I just thought of something.
What?
Well, I have to drop by the hospital because I have to sign some, get Zach to sign some papers. But after that, I think that we should do something to get us away from all of this.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. Do you have any ideas how we can do that?
Yeah, Michael asked me to stop by the chapel and decorate it for the orphans' Christmas party.
Well, great. I would love to.
Okay.
I need something to get me in the mood for Christmas.
I hope this will do the trick. It will. It will.
Now you're saying you could have committed those crimes, but you don't remember?
When you live on the streets, one day just blends into the next. Sometimes you're up all night, 2, 3 nights in a row sometimes. You sleep during the day. Time doesn't mean anything anymore.
Come on, Jack. You've talked to me before. You seem pretty coherent.
Maybe. But I met people on the streets. People that I don't recognize at all. And they tell me about conversations we had, about things we did together, but I don't remember. And sometimes I wake up somewhere and I don't know how I got there.
The days may blend together when you're doing the same thing, day after day. But we're talking about rape and murder. Don't you think you'd remember that, Jack?
All I know for sure is that a couple of mornings when I woke up.
What?
I woke up with blood on my hands. And I didn't know how I got there.
The hell is this? What the hell are you doing here?
Mason heard about Brandon, and he was concerned.
That's right. How is he?
There's no change. He's still in a coma. And how come you didn't have the hospital contact me? You had no right to keep it from me.
Because I knew you'd just come down here and fight with me, Cece, and fighting will not help Brandon.
Now, you listen to me, you. I happen to be the boy's legal father. That gives me certain rights, and that includes participating in any medical decisions that have to be made.
There wouldn't be any medical decisions if you hadn't hounded Keith out of town.
The hell are you ranting about?
Brandon was in that chapel praying for Keith to come back. If he hadn't been there, he wouldn't have been hurt.
You're gonna blame me for this? You allow that boy to wander around in a questionable neighborhood by himself? You're gonna blame me for this? You didn't even know where the hell he was now, did you? I can't believe I let you have custody of that boy. I can't believe it.
Oh, stop it, Dad.
It's the truth, and you know it.
I don't know that. The truth is that Gina's son is in a coma, and you're attacking her as a parent. Don't you think she's in enough pain without you adding to it?
Dr. Lombardo, pick up line 2. Dr. Lombardo, pick up line 2.
I just want Brandon to be all right. That's all I want.
That's all he wants, too, Gina.
Lunch. So she made me a
Of
sandwich.
your royal command.
Why don't you come off it? You know that you love her. You also know what it means to have a reconciliation to Capwell Enterprises. You know what that means. You know why I was upset to find Gina in your arms?
Well, of course you're upset, Dad. You're pulling all the strings, and I wasn't jumping in the right direction. So there's no need to take it out on Gina. You know how much she loves Brandon, how much this is hurting her.
I'd like to know why you're so concerned about Gina all of a sudden.
Try to imagine what she's going through right now.
I know what she's done to this family, and all I care about is Brandon. I don't give a damn for Gina.
Yeah, well, you made that perfectly clear.
You know, Mason, I'm beginning to wonder if I can count on you for anything. Again. Have you done anything to try to reconcile with Julia? Oh, come on, son, will you? It's Christmas time. It's in the air. It's a season for forgiveness.
Yeah, you're a shining example of that.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you and Julia. When two people are in love, it's magic time in the air. I know you two are in love. So use the season, damn it. Or are you turning against me again?
No, I'm not turning against you, Dad.
Prove it. You can start right now.
What?
No black eyes. I guess you and Julia made up.
You knew we would.
It's a good thing I stepped in before you kicked her butt.
Yeah, well.
Is she okay?
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to meet her in a few minutes over at the chapel to decorate it for the orphans' Christmas party.
Oh, that's great. You guys will have a lot of fun doing that.
And she's going to give you more time before she files any charges against Jack Rawson.
Christmas come early.
Yeah.
I was really proud of you.
Really?
Yeah, of course, you know. I know how much you'd like to see this whole nasty episode stashed away conveniently in the past, and with all the evidence we built up, it would be easy to press for the quick fix, but somehow you're determined to hang tough.
Yeah, you too.
Well, I figure if we keep our shoulders against this wall long enough, it's bound to fall, right?
Yeah. Listen, why don't you put this on hold for a little while?
Oh, I don't see how I can do that.
Oh, honey, it's going to be Christmas in a few days. Isn't this supposed to be a special time of the year?
It is a special time.
Well, I think that you should want to spend some time with Chip. After all, it's going to be your first Christmas together, right?
I do. Are you kidding? I just, I was hoping this would have been wrapped up by now, you know?
Listen, maybe the best solution to the problem is to turn your back on it for a little while.
That's easier said than done.
No, it's easier done. All you do is go with me to the chapel, and we'll decorate it for a Christmas party.
But, darling, I have a mountain of stuff I was going to do tonight, and a lot of it's
So
really...
you'll go, and you'll have a great time, or I'll deck your halls.
What, are you threatening me? Well, you know, some of this can't wait, but I'll just do what I have to, and it won't take too long, okay?
And you'll join me?
I'll join you. I'd go to the ends of the earth to join you, pal.
Good. Then we can start our Christmas season tonight.
We'll make it special. I promise you. We'll find some way. Make this the kind of Christmas we'll always remember.
At this point, there's been no change in his condition at all.
All right, well, I gave the head nurse a number where she can reach me. I'd like to know how Brandon's doing during the day.
Of course, Miss Wainwright.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adams. Dr. Adams,
Excuse
I'm
me.
sorry.
Brandon's a strong kid. He'll make it.
I hope so. He was trying to help me, that's how it happened.
Well, you can't blame yourself.
I don't. I just hope he gets better. Love to stay and chat, but I gotta go.
Julia, there is something we ought to discuss.
Don't think that you caught me in a vulnerable moment, Mason, because I'm not going to discuss my case against your father's company.
No, I didn't want to talk about the case.
Well, what else do we have to discuss?
Well, maybe it's the time of year. Christmas is only a few days away, and there's so many bad things going on. I don't see why we have to be one of them. Don't you think that maybe it's time we started thinking about patching things up?
Patching things up?
Yeah.
Well, in a word, no.
Julia.
What do you want from me, Mason?
I just told you.
I know. I heard the words come out of your mouth. What I want to know is what you're really after. Is this another notorious backdoor method you have of trying to get me to drop the case against your father?
No, this is strictly personal. I keep thinking about what we've given up.
We haven't given up anything, Mason. You have single-handedly destroyed whatever it was that we had.
I admit I may have made some mistakes.
Hallelujah! It must be the spirit of the season that has finally healed you. You know, I can understand that sleeping with another woman the night before your own wedding may not be terribly significant to you, but it is nice to know that you admit that it may be a mistake.
All right, it was inexcusable, but you have to understand the pressure I was under.
I realize that being stuck with me for your entire life could drive someone screaming into the arms of Gina. It's understandable, really.
I don't give a damn about Gina, and you know it.
You're right. I do know that. But what I didn't know is just how disgusting I think you are.
Don't you think Samantha needs her father around
Samantha
Christmas?
no longer has a father. You have sacrificed that right along with everything else by proving to me what a vile and degenerate man you really are.
I realize you need to get this anger out.
It's not out. There's plenty left. Enough for a lifetime.
This out for Brandon a couple of months ago. Still can't get used to the idea that he's living somewhere else.
Is that why you wouldn't let Rosa change anything in his room?
Maybe that way he could use it any time he wanted to. And knowing Gina, I thought maybe someday we might get Brandon back.
You're talking like he is lost. Don't. It's not true.
I'm not. I'm not, and I won't. Seeing that happy, active kid lying there in a coma fighting for his life is... What's wrong?
I know.
Even lying there in that hospital bed, you can see the goodness on his face. I don't think there's a jealous bone in his body. All he ever does is think of other people first. Gina took advantage of that. The whole damn thing is her fault. This whole episode.
I don't like her any more than you do. I don't like her at all. But Brandon does. He loves her. I've never seen him happier than when she married Keith.
I don't know how she managed to fool him.
She doesn't fool him. She loves him. And he knows it. If there is any good in that woman at all, he's the one that sees it. Sometimes he even brings it out in her.
She's still not fit to raise a child.
What we have to do right now, what Brandon needs from us, is all our love and all our support. And if there is any magic in this season at all, maybe he'll be here Christmas morning opening that package. Come here.
Pray to God you're right. I really do.
You make a pretty formidable Christmas duo, huh?
I'm glad you suggested it.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. It's nice to do something for the children. Cruz said he was going to come by in a little while.
Terrific. He should have some very original suggestions.
Oh, you know he will. Did you happen to see anybody at the hospital visiting Brandon from my family?
Yeah, your mom and dad and Mason were there.
Did you get to talk to Mason?
Yeah, I talked to him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
No, it's all right. I just don't want to think about him right now.
I was hoping maybe the holiday spirit would have some effect on the two of you.
Actually, it has on me. But perhaps not in the way that you mean. See, I've realized that I don't need Mason. And I don't really need to run away for the holidays in order to have a nice Christmas.
I had no idea you were thinking of going away.
Well, I'm not now. See, Samantha and I are going to stay here and have it with our friends and Augusta. And I think it's great because I can help out with the kids here, and it'll have me doing something for somebody else, which is nice because I've been way too self-involved lately.
Julia, you always do things for other people.
Well, it keeps me from feeling like a total washout. This ain't a bad tree.
No, it's not. Don't you wish that you could just bottle up Christmas feelings so you could spread them out throughout the year?
Oh, man is violent. There's no doubt about that.
Are you sure you're not hurt?
No, I'm fine. It's a big show on his part. I don't feel any remorse about it, but maybe he's not capable of that.
Well, what is he capable of?
Hard to guess. The guy obviously needs a lot of psychological help. I'm not sure he'll accept it.
Michael, is this the man we're looking for?
No. Jack has no awareness, whatever, of the night that the man came to the chapel and knocked me out.
Of course, that could be a cover, right?
Perhaps, but the man who raped Eden has been very calculating. He's been very skillful in covering his tracks. And he's so obsessed. Jack just doesn't fit that profile. I know you want this guy, Cruz. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm with you. I mean, I think he's a reasonably intelligent man, but he's obviously burned himself out somewhere along the line. There's no way I'm going to believe that he masterminded the stunts that have informed this reign of terror. He may have stolen some video equipment, but I can't conjure the man slipping unnoticed in and out of the hospital, the Capwell Hotel, and my house. No. Not to mention he would have had to get to and from those places on foot.
Quickly, yeah, and he doesn't move as well as the guy I saw in the chapel that night.
Yeah, you've worked with people like this, people who don't have homes. I mean, it's got to be difficult for him to find a place to take a shower and keep his clothes clean, right?
That's very difficult.
And, Michael, what's the first thing you notice about the man when you walk into a room where he is?
He smells.
That's right. He stinks to high heaven. I can't tell you how many women I've spoken to who have survived something as horrible as a rape, and they always talk about the guy was drinking or he smelled bad or there's something about him, right. Something physical and tangible. No one who survived any of these attacks has said anything about that. Which means he had to find a shower, he would have had to find a place to keep his dark suit clean, right. And coordinate all this with the times that he was going to find these women alone.
No way. Seems impossible.
Seems damn impossible.
So, we're looking for a guy who's got Enough cash for a place to live, a car, maybe to buy some of the video equipment.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's rich, but he is not Jack Rawson or any man who lives on the streets.
All right, what about the evidence against Jack?
Well, except for the assault in the chapel, it's basically circumstantial. If Julie wants to file charges on that, she's gonna. But, I mean, if he is the guy that Zach saw outside Bentley's apartment, that's not a crime. And we haven't found anyone who could place him at the scene of any other crime.
Yeah, but his shoes place him there.
Yeah, the shoes. There's no doubt that those shoes belong to the man we're looking for. They made the print that was outside the on-call room at the hospital. But Jack Rawson must spend how many hours each week going through trash bins looking for stuff to scavenge? So he found the shoes and he stole them. That doesn't make him the guy. I'm going to have forensics look at those shoes. Maybe we'll be able to take something off of them. And I know what they're going to tell me, but I'm going to have a psychiatrist come in and do a workup on the guy just to be safe.
And to placate Julie.
Not to mention. How do you take your coffee?
Black.
You know, when I'm talking to you about this kind of stuff, you sound a lot more like a cop than a priest.
Yeah, well, I guess being around the station brings back a lot of memories.
You miss it?
Oh, sometimes. The excitement, feeling a camaraderie, knowing you got a partner, somebody you can count on.
Don't forget the locker room humor.
No, I got to admit, I don't hear the same jokes at the rectory that I do at the squadron.
Well, I should hope not.
Sometimes priesthood can seem a little lonely.
You ever attempted to come back?
No. No, my life as a detective is definitely. I get great pleasure out of the ways I can help people as a priest.
That's too bad we can't clone you. I think this department would be the better for it.
Yeah, thanks. Serving as a priest has really taught me a lot about myself, though. It's been real good for me. It's the most important thing in my life. I couldn't give it up. Looks beautiful. You two really outdone yourself.
like it?
Ah, too bad you didn't leave anything for us.
Oh, now we did. We left the best part for you, didn't we?
Yes, there's plenty of popcorn out back. You can circle the tree several times.
All right, well, let's get on it. Where is it?
Okay, well, we'll get on it, and we'll leave the two of you for the rest of the ornaments. What do you say? Okay. Voila.
I'm glad to see you in one piece.
Thank you.
How did it go?
Jack is definitely violent. He's probably psychotic, but he is not a rapist killer.
You too.
I am not influenced by Cruz. I drew my own conclusions from spending time with him.
Right, as a priest, you just look for the goodness in everyone.
Actually, from the moment I walked into his cell, every instinct in me reverted to being a cop.
And your vows of forgiveness didn't get in the way?
No. Everything he said, everything I saw told me he is not a rapist.
Well, what about the evidence? I mean, did he do anything or say anything that you could present as evidence?
Of his guilt? Guilty until proven innocent? Is this your system of justice?
I have enough evidence against this man to believe he is the man that we are looking for and the man that I would like to see receive some justice.
You know, I haven't worked with DAs like you before. You are so blinded by the evidence that you don't look at the man and you don't trust the instincts of your best cops.
Well, you're a priest. You're not a cop. And maybe you're just feeling guilty because you don't always follow your instincts as a priest, so that's why you're backing up this guy so much. Oh, that was a stupid thing to say. Great. Sorry.
It's my fault. I know you only want to do your job.
Did you get that bruise?
Oh, it's nothing.
It looks like you were choked. He attacked you, didn't he?
Julia, I'm okay.
I knew I shouldn't have let you go in that cell. Did you see a doctor?
I don't need a doctor. Don't worry about it.
No, you should never have done this. It was too big of a risk. He could have killed you.
There are some people, in order to reach that, you have to risk. Those are the people that need a priest, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try to help them.
I already know that about you. It's not a big surprise. I've known that since the first day that I met you. Just don't want anything to happen to you, Michael.
It won't. Now, why don't we get back to the reason that we're here? We've got a lot of work to do if we're going to make it Christmas that these kids are never going to forget.
It's going to be wonderful. You're going to have a fabulous party for them.
Well, they deserve it. You know, they don't have much else in their life.
They have you. That makes them very fortunate.
Let's get the honest.
Any news?
No.
Did I say something wrong?
No, I get a thrill out of watching you trying to make up with Julia.
Oh, you don't think I enjoy it, do you?
And why do you do it?
I told you, Cece's pushing me to reconcile with Julia.
I told you it's a stupid idea.
Yeah, well, I couldn't very well tell him that if I want to stay on his good side, could I?
I've seen all of Cece's sides. None of them are good.
Well, that's for sure. I don't know why Mason even spoke to his father. Well, he tries to manipulate his life.
Oh, he tries to manipulate everybody. Cece thinks he's the grand puppeteer of Santa Barbara.
Yeah, we won't be pulling our strings much longer. As soon as we put our plan into action, we'll have the old boy right where we want him.
And meanwhile, you're going to play kissy face with Julia.
Yeah, it's a pretty one-sided game. She as much as said she couldn't stand me.
She hates your guts.
Yeah, that's for sure. So what are you so mad about?
I'm mad at you because all you have to do is tell Cece that Julia won't budge, but you keep going after her.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't hurt to find out what she's got. I mean, if she doesn't need those medical files to build the case against Cece, then they're not going to be much use to us when we blackmail them, is it?
But did you have to tell her you don't give a damn about me?
You know, I didn't mean that.
I'll tell you the one thing I do know. That if you go after Julia, Mason's going to come back.
Oh, there's no way he's coming back. I've told you that.
Maybe not. I mean, if he didn't come back when Brandon went into a coma, maybe he never will.
You sound like you want him to come back.
Well, at least Mason cared about Brandon. You've made it pretty clear that you don't like kids. I'm supposed to turn to you for comfort.
That's what I'm here for.
Forget it. I'm going to go talk to the doctor. I want to see about those tests.
I can see why you wanted to help with this party. You look like a little kid on Christmas morning.
Well, next year, we're going to have 2 kids of our own around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I can barely wait to see Chip's eyes when he sees what Santa brought him. I can't deal with this.
Here, give it to me. You know, that's a great idea. We should bring him here to see the tree. He'll love it.
Oh, yeah, he'll take every ornament off the lower half of the branches and eat it.
You're right.
Do you have any more to hang?
No, that's it. You did a job with this.
Yeah, that's dead. Give me that. That's dead. What's next?
Well, the tree's up and decorated. The holly's all around the room. Julie and Michael are in the other room wrapping presents.
Great. What time is Santa going to arrive to pass them out?
Oh, no.
What?
Santa. We didn't get a Santa. We promised the kids.
Oh, well, not to worry.
What do you mean, not to worry?
Well, I know the perfect person for the job.
You do? Is he available?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's go call him now, just to make sure he's
Well,
available.
wait, he's available because you're looking at him.
You?
Yeah, I've always wanted to play Santa for kids. You know, I got that little padding. I just put it into that red suit. I got the beard and the hair matching the same color.
Sweetheart, I really, I mean, I really think that you're great, but I don't think you're my idea of Santa Claus.
Well, that's just because you know me. The kids will love me. It's like, Merry Christmas. Were you a good little girl this year, little girl? Oh. You know, it's
terrible.
No, it develops. I swear. I just need to get into the thing of it. Merry Christmas. Why don't you come up here on my knee and give old Santa a cookie? What do you think?
Julia?
Yeah, right here. What?
Hi. I think we have kind of an emergency situation here.
Eden.
Remember that guy that you hired last year who was so terrific as Santa Claus?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, do you think we could get him this year for the kids?
I don't think so. He's busy with toys.
You
and
don't
things.
need him. You don't need anybody else, believe me.
Do you know somebody else?
Julia, there's nothing to worry about. Yes, I know somebody else. Me.
I'll call Chris. I'm sure that he'll come right over because it's an important...
No, wait a minute. You're not going to let me try out?
I love you a lot. I mean, you're a great guy. Kids are nuts about you. But you and being Santa, it doesn't work for me.
I don't believe this.
I'll be right back.
Wait a second. No, the least I can do is deliver this man to whom I don't measure up. I mean, maybe I'll learn something. Maybe, what has he got that I don't have? What, does he have his own sleigh or something?
Yeah, he does. It's kind of far. It's not a short trip.
Oh, that's okay. He and I, we were talking about maybe taking a break from this anyway.
I'll give you his address. Okay.
Thanks.
I may just get a job playing Santa someplace else so that I can prove to you guys that you're making a mistake here. I can do this job.
Sure you can.
Well, let's go.
Huh?
You're gonna need directions.
That would be nice. No. That's okay. We can find our way. Big mistake you're making. Then one frosty Christmas night.
Foggy. What?
Santa came
Oi.
to play.
Say Santa.
Put a stocking in it, dear, would you please? Chestnuts roasting.
Friend.
I'll tell you what, why don't we go to the Orient Express and have a late supper?
I'm not hungry.
Yeah, well, you should be. You haven't eaten all day and you need to. We'll call the hospital and tell them where we are.
Maybe I'd rather stay here if it's all the same to you.
Sure.
I was just thinking about what it used to be like. Every Christmas in this room years ago. All kids gathered around. Fire blazing. I tell them the Christmas story. After a couple of years, they all knew about it and I did.
And if you left anything out or made a mistake, Eden, we'd correct you.
Always. Christmas Eve is always my favorite night of the year.
Why are you thinking about that now? We haven't had a Christmas like that in years.
I don't know. I suppose because this Christmas is so different. Just wish I could wipe the whole slate clean.
We are going to have a magic, special Christmas. Somehow. I promise you that.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you for now, Mrs. Timmons.
Thank you, Dr. Adams.
Doctor, what'd he say?
Well, not much. They just gave Brandon an EEG. The doctor told me he's dreaming.
They can tell that from a test? What's it mean?
Nothing. I guess it's fairly typical for coma patients.
Yeah. Gina, I've been thinking about what you said, and I think you're right. I never had much use for kids before, and I think I kind of resented the way you were always talking about how well Mason and Brandon had gotten along. That was starting to change.
How?
Well, I know that Brandon still wasn't just wild about me, but I was beginning to realize he's anything but just another little brat. In fact, I think he's a pretty special little guy. So I do want him to get better. Not just because it's what you want, because I want a chance to know him better myself.
Well, maybe you do have a heart, Sonny Sprocket. I'm sorry I yelled at you before.
No apologies needed.
I was with Brandon a few minutes ago, and he was laying there looking so peaceful. Guess maybe he was dreaming. I wonder if he dreams about me. You know, they say this is the season where dreams are supposed to come true. Well, I know what mine are. I'm just afraid that the things he's dreaming about in this other world that he's in are better than things are here. I mean, after all, that wouldn't be very difficult. I'm gonna get Brandon back. I swear I'm gonna get him back. Until then, just
Those dreams are sweet. I don't understand how you managed to find this place.
Yeah, well, I don't know how I found it. I had a sense, you know. Just like the car was driving itself.
So have you forgiven me, huh?
I don't think so. You know, you were...
Me play Santa?
No, you were really cold about my performance, I thought.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Neither you or Julia is sorry. Looks like you might get stuck with me after all, though, pal, because this cool Santa Claus doesn't seem to be here.
Well, are you sure we have the right place? I mean, maybe we have the wrong address.
Oh, no. Take a look at this. This is definitely the right address.
Tonight, we'll go inside a Detroit crack gang run like a major company. They made millions until they were shut down. The story on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.